babukano babugana trading center shayisha tukakasheshe akwise kamujakuri akwise ka abantu abakabatabirmu. So I want to thank you women that you have always been there, and when you are called for important issues and meetings, you attend. As I was coming here, I think your worship and Madam Amena, you found a woman in my office, had issues with the husband some time back, and had a son who has completed the senior 6 and wants to join Makere. The man left the woman, his children, 2 of them. So the man went. I think he's there enjoying some other women. That's what the woman told me. So this is a woman now who is suffering with his 2 children. One is joining university, another one is in senior 5. But a woman is struggling to make sure that the son acquires education. I was touched and wanted school fees and wanted contribution. I asked her, what is your income? Numbers of students whom we take. Hati abarukora welding abona bakam tokuza kumulinganza no in a degree of social work no za gambo rujungu no ria. You don't eat English. You can't eat English.
But you need to eat. Oba wijwa ovire okuwa jwa rukajuro kanaba kor kuzana bara hariya abari kunyotwe kunywa nagamba mpora mpuru urumshija nagamba kurum ayaye chiko bachura hati uhura hurujungu rwawe. So skilling is the way to go. 2, agriculture. Namwe ni yontu irugwana bwanje all of them otarik twara agriculture ugunaje kweshashura kandi ndijo kwara mare natekwa kuzomurye bya technical nibi byo rujungujungu tinkija kubibaza yana ndo rujungu umwaganya unanda kushome bya roya namya bazo byetegereze ko nona kubaroya urebe nangwa roya bono ore kuba kujwara azahari yana won kandi mishango kejya kanite tukujikora kano kwato mwicaye ibere akakutabarza ukashashure sente ukanibye. But what I want to tell you and encourage you, we have seen successful people who have completed universities and who have, even with the social work degrees and whatever, channeled to do some other courses in skilling, and they are becoming successful. We have seen people who also graduate in those courses, and they also go and join agriculture, and they become successful. Agriculture, yes, it also I didn't know. You can't show me into just for the sake. Bakabajang factors of production. Land. Hato banyo major factor of production. Hato cramming utaruku manyangumu itaka. Numesente zi. No tekwa echizime no chombeka itaka. Ogyo kuria ni bergomu itaka. Na wafu kan bakuziko mu itaka. Esente zona ziliyo mu itaka. Hata agriculture, farming. Ejo nayo mutajitari baju nobora mbwenu kumuratunja ugaricho zo mukobyare yebitu byomwani na nomwani madam nabyo mugume mbagambire no murene mukora skilling yebi konka mugaricho mbato konka now the fact that you can also accumulate some money, also go and do something home small. You just plant 10 trees 20 trees korukujiroto ihamwa kantu uryaho. If you never gamble. Lastly, I think members, someone asked about GROW. GROW is a government program, and Amina, please, where are you? Amina, stand up such that these people can see you, they reach you, and help them. So this is the Amina, is a part of us, is the one who is in charge of GROW. She's the one who is in charge of GROW money. Go and help these people. Please go and help these people to benefit from the money that the government brings in the city here. Help them. I know it may not be enough. The government money always comes in phases. Don't expect to meet Amina today and you get money. But there is a procedure that we normally follow, but she will also help you. You can go and see it. Then the government is also committed to eradicate poverty through parish development model. Hata na nevye wa yega as kidding home. Kora wa yego korenkito nkeze na rebaho. Hati wono jagar kachikuyambe o joining a group. Kubara kwe million and don't call 1 million little money, you people. It is a lot. A million is a lot of money. A million when it is properly planned for. You go and buy goats. In a period of just 6 months, 1 year, you are a rich person. 1 million. But it is also nothing when you just misuse it. A million washta manayomu umunakari yani eje iba kuzendam. Ne? Vibes. HPM ne gure mtwaro nkaga. Tokugura na yakabi. Emwe yanonda kunyeche chamani. Nkaga. Tokugura ho yakabi. Then you go and die poor. You just become a rich person for 1 night, but for the rest of your time, you will die poor. But you can go and utilize that money, and you die a rich woman, a rich man. So please also plan about that. Then, ladies and gentlemen, I want to appreciate Madam Cynthia. Nambwene bafite rumu ngaro Cynthia. Abamwe rumwe ntujigaya. There is this tendency of just looking at jobs and say, my can't. I am a graduate. I'm a daughter of so and so. The reno no Marcus Kor. I cannot touch garbage. Oh. You stop touching it, you will see what you will eat. I want to thank you, Cynthia, because even waste is rich. Waste is money. Turache kubiri kwanzia by the way mukarugayo abo kuba turiyo tutamu ibintu ebindi by'amani. Hato beno ya ebyabusha turache kujikubuza. So please don't overlook jobs. So long as that job can give you money. Jendo kurumurumo. Okuguza makara. Tinkwata hikara. Abantu bombekere bizimbe, people have built and have become rich. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for attending this important workshop. And please, CEO, we are trusting you that whatever you are going to give to our youth here is going to benefit them. As the government, we are very much committed to that have a direction for the future of the younger generation, both women and my boys. Wanabo jobanje ni mwetena barwanao kubara abatware baba hakarmo urabe yakwasira karmo mutanyebwa ne kumurwa mwagiro mbukama bwo mwiguro mu mpahomu mutisha kunyebwa nasigara ndakachebezi akaruka ari akawire tucine yakandi kandi mugume mwagiri government ya ina rimwe abamwe kumujya mutuhurira aba youth rero hata mukagena mwayitabangura this is the only president actually that loves you, that even made you to be what you are. Eradication of these killer diseases that used to kill children is the President Museveni that did it. Measles, what, polio, all those killer diseases. Ebiyona kabyaho tumwaba abantu bakuru hata abwenje mutaka muhakaru nambwe natora hata mwireka runamanyi kisha kuri iki turakora konkana ni mukampere zabo kuba hati mpereze phase 1 indije kiryaho mukama bampere mugisha. I wish you well and please when you get your skill use it for your future and for your benefit. I thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Another round of applause for the mayor, Mbarara City Mayor. Thank you so much for that inspiration to both the male gender and the female gender. At this moment, I would love to invite the mayor back one for a photo. We'd love to have a photo moment with the mayor. I'm going to invite the mayor to come back together with the please come to the stage. I'll also invite our CEO, Work-Brightermonday, Senior, to also join this photo. I'll also invite Naku Amina, Senior Labor Officer, Mbarara City, to also join the photo. We have the RCC also in the building, so I'm also going to invite her. That is Catherine Kamwire, please, the Resident City Commissioner. You're invited for this photo. I'm also going to invite our keynote speaker. That was Cynthia, to join us for the photo. The town clerk is also in the building. Please. Oh, okay, all right. I've been guided that the photo won't be here, right at the, at the end, at the back end. So let's just go to the back end. All right. We also have PSFU in the building. Madam Jackie, please, you can join the photo. Town clerk, please join the photo. I would also love the panelists to join the photo so that we can have a comprehensive the stand tables are the ones we can use for breakfast. So the tables that have seats, please leave them for people with disabilities so that they can be able to pick their breakfast and use those tables for breakfast. And then those, those that are okay, please use the stand tables to make sure that, we have our breakfast. So we shall use 15 minutes. Please grab some tea, some coffee, connect, find someone that you don't know, talk to them, say hello. Let's build meaningful connections and share ideas, okay? So at this particular point, let's go for breakfast. But I would also want us to go in an organized way. So is it okay if we start with, we have two columns here. So we have this column and this column. So I believe if we begin with this column, it should be good. And then we can go to this column, yeah? So that we can have it in an organized way, and then we don't have a very long line, which is going to take a lot of time, okay? So it is now 11. We're going to take 15 minutes, and we shall be back by 11, a quarter past 11. Let's be back by a quarter past 11, so that we're able to make sure that we do not be beaten up by time. So at this particular moment, allow me, encourage you all to take breakfast. It's very important to grab something. And DJ, over to you. Thank you so much. Okay, as you're taking your breakfast, just wanted to also let you know that we have the exhibition space that you can also visit during your breakfast time. We have a number of exhibitors who are around to show you different products, so you can always check on them, see what they have for you. I know as you're taking your breakfast, okay? Thank you so much.
Also, it's very tasty, and also comes in handy at all meals. You can have it at the dining table, add to your beans, to your beef, anything. And also you can also have it on bread.
Good. So if someone wanted this butter around Mbarara, where can they find you?
I live in Kamkuzi. Probably I could share my contact, business contact, 0750 16 37 50.
All right. What message do you have for women who are here today?
For women, I believe when a woman sets out to do something, it always comes out successful. So I encourage women out of themselves and do something with themselves. Make the money, and just don't make the money. Grow your money. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best. Okay, we have another exciting exhibitor here with products to do with herbal tea. Vacados are also here. Can you please tell us about, you can tell us your names and then the name of your product.
Hi everyone. I'm called Nabu Kenya. How can do you? I'm on to avocado value addition. When you visit this stall, you'll find a number of products that we make out of avocado, the seed. Soon or later, we shall make products out of the avocado bark, the tree bark, and the leaves. But as of now, we are getting products from the avocado, the seed. Starting with a peel, we make ulcer medicine from the peel of an avocado. So when you are eating an avocado, don't throw away the peel. There is medicine in that. We proceed to get this green thing we eat is the one that we process and get the best avocado oil, which is the best therapy for the skin. The same oil can also be used to treat ulcers. Then we proceed and go to the pit of the avocado. When I talk about the pit, I mean the seed. I normally tell people that 70% of the nutrients in an avocado are hidden in the seed. Take note, never throw away that seed. It is full, it is packed with immense benefits. We have samples here of the pit. So you can imagine we process the peel, the green pigment, and then the seed. We also get some tea, some coffees from avocado. Ladies and gentlemen, when you zero on something, you can get so many things out of it. I'm called Hawakaduyu of Kara Herbal Health Solution. I reside in Upper Cell, Nyamitiobora, but I have an outlet in Kizungu, opposite Kizungu Market. Kizungu Matoke Market, there's a building upstairs, room number 6. You would have got me. Thank you so much.
Right. Can you just give us a message for the women who are here? What would you advise them as a business lady? What would you advise the women, the fellow women who are here?
Ladies and gentlemen, there is a lot of time you have that you waste while at home. Most ladies wake up in the morning after taking a cup of tea. He sits in the sitting room to watch some soaps. Remember, those people that are giving you the soaps are making money. Some people can, some ladies can sit for 2 hours. That is wasted time. There is something you can do with that time. And I urge the youth, stop doing disguised employment. You have a degree. Someone gives you a job of 0.5. That is not money. You'd rather spend a year focusing on something and researching. But on the second and third year, you would have got something. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Please, for the women who are here, come and check out Kara Herbal Health Solutions. Thank you so much, madam, and we wish you the best. All right, another exhibitor here who has amazing, amazing products. And she's going to tell us about all these products because I know women are going to be interested in these ones. Your names and what you do.
Thank you so much. My name is Annette Mbarara. I do a craft work most of the time. So these are crafts. These things, most of them, I do them with my hands. Like these nets, we have these, like these glass covers. We have this vianzi. We call them vianzi. So this is a craft mat. Yeah. So you can use it on your sitting room and it looks so nice. I have this flower. This is made to eat. So I make these things with my hands. So you see how they look nice. I have this vitenge, so I dress women, and I have this thing for wall hangs. They are also nice. So that's what I do. Yeah. You can contact me on 0778 22 38 19. I have a shop on the high street and after former Radio West. That's where you can find me.
Okay, your last message for women?
My last message, I encourage women, especially the youth, those who are saying we don't have work, we are not employed, we are working, we are studying, so you can sit at home and create some work. Actually, I do training. Those who want to learn, they can come and I teach them. I train them. Thank you.
Wow, amazing. Thank you. So she has perfumes, those who are interested in jewelry. She has everything to do with also culture. So if you want to check them out, please come and check them out. And she can also train you to be able to do these products. Thank you so much, and we wish you the best. All right, I have another exhibitor here who is going to talk to us in 1 minute and tell us your names, what you have for us, and where can we find you.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. My name is Emily Msimenta. I'm from Mills Organics Company Limited. We basically add value to plant-based materials where we get out these natural skin and hair products. Like you can see here, we have a herbal jelly, very good for people that have skin issues, pimples, rashes, ringworms, and all that. Then we have a hair oil from avocado, very good for people that have breaking hair, itchy scalp, and all that. Then these that you see here, they are also plant-based oil perfumes. In case you want to smell nice the whole day, yeah, you can choose this. Then we have a herbal soap, basically for people that have skin issues, rashes, pimples, and all. Thank you so much.
All right, your last message for women who are in the building?
Yeah, for the women in the building, I encourage you to join us in this hustle. It is really beautiful. It is encouraging. We don't have to go out there and look for jobs. You can create something for yourself.
Great, thank you so much, and we wish you the best. All right, we have Sibo Food Delivery Services here as well. I'm going to give them a chance to just tell us more about Sibo in 1 minute.
Thank you so much. Sibo is an online shopping platform operating within Mbarara City. We locally deliver items and everything that you have ordered using our app. We are located at Rebi Corner, and as Sibo, we have over 50 stores that we have so far onboarded. More than 30 of them are women-led. We have over 20 Sibo men that do the deliveries. Over 5 of them are women. We are also curbing HIV and other health measures by giving young people an opportunity to get these things that they shy away from, like condoms, pills. So we have pharmacies that are on the app. They can also make orders for those things. And we're also seeking partnerships that would enable us train more people, more women, to skill them in some of these things that we are doing so that they can also come up. Thank you so much.
Now, someone was wondering, if they have an iPhone or iOS, are they able to download Sibo?
Yes, you can find us on Google Play Store. If you have an iPhone, you can check on the App Store. It is there. You can download.
Okay, your last message for the women who are here?
Do not fear anything. Just do what your heart desires. These businesses are here for us. These opportunities are here for us. Do not fear to take up any opportunity. Anything that comes up, just take it up. And as a woman, you know, God has blessed us with the ability to grow and nurture anything that we set our hands to do. So wherever you start, even if it is small, it will always grow. So that is my encouragement to all women.
Thank you so much. And please, we have 5 minutes to be winding up with breakfast. So please be a bit faster so that we don't have time affect our event.
they are given support, they are given different trips. So it's basically an entire thing supporting women who are doing business. So I know I'm very good at time management, but what we have done is we are there. Before you enter, you're going to find our officers, including me, myself. We shall discuss more about business. To be a member of DFC Bank, of course, you just need a national ID. All women who have come today, I want to assure that I'm going to give you a free account to the bank. So you're free to move out with an account and you start saving. So we begin the process, and then we onboard you, and then we can get the grow funds and any other facilities at Women Benefit Team. Thank you very much, organizers, for this. We appreciate as DFC Bank.
Very good at managing time, huh? All right, thank you so much. We have Polly Katwire, the resident, the RCC in the building. Just wanted to make sure that I recognize her as well. Now, EcoBank. 2 minutes, please. Make sure it's 2 minutes, eh? Yes, please, 2 minutes.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to first of all thank Brighter Monday and MasterCard Foundation for this opportunity. My name is Nancy Bugadamali, Relationship Manager, Elevate, and we are happy to be here today. EcoBank Uganda is making 20 years in Uganda this year. We are in over 33 African countries, and within Africa, we are making 40 years. So we are here to support women and include you in financing. At EcoBank, we offer up to 200 million unsecured lending. What that means is that you can come in to get a loan from us without security as long as you qualify. So what we cater for are the different categories of women under the Elevate products. We have women who own 50% shares within the company. Women who are also leading the company or they are the business owners also qualify for our product, Elevate. Then where you have a company, even if it's male owned, and you have 30% of the workers as women, 30 and above, you also qualify for this product. We also look out for people who manufacture women products, manufacturers of women products, even if they are male. So we also have accounts that are user-friendly and affordable within the commercial banking space. These accounts don't have monthly charges, and they also have free withdrawal charges as long as you open it under the Elevate Women Business Opportunity. I would like to also introduce the team I came with. If they can stand up, please. They are here. This is good. So within Mbarara here, we are located on Mayomba building. It's opposite Petro, Uganda. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Just to introduce myself, my name is Amira Naseje, and I'm the head of sales at EcoBank Uganda. And this is
Francis Msime, I manage Mbarara branch. Thank you.
We thank you for listening to us. Have a good day.
All right, can we give them a round of applause, please? Let's give them some energy. Thank you, thank you. All right, lastly will be Finance Trust Bank. Yes, Finance Trust Bank. Can we have the representative from Finance Trust Bank? Oh, yeah, they're coming, great. 2 minutes, please, so that we can get into the gist of this event. Perfect. Amazing. You know, it's a women event, but I can see gentlemen only. Finance Trust Bank. You don't have any women? What is happening? Ah, okay, great. Okay, over to you.
Good morning, everyone. Protocol observed. Sam Katuch is my name. I work with Finance Trust Bank, Mbarara branch. Finance Trust Bank has been in existence here in Uganda since 1984. And our tagline, or the slogan, it is putting women first. So our women for today here, Finance Trust, you can see that it is putting you on their frontline. As the Finance Trust Bank, we have 35 branches countrywide, and Mbarara is one of the areas where we are doing well as Finance Trust Bank. Last year, we tried to engage women in terms of skilling, and we managed to engage 10,000 households, and I believe that one will impact a lot if we keep in that track to the women sector. As far as our products are concerned, we have what they call Trust Choice account. We also have Mama account. Basically, those are accounts for women. A woman who has a loan with Finance Trust Bank, whenever you deliver, Finance Trust comes in to empower you or to appreciate that you are adding, or yes, you are multiplying the word, and they give you a package of 300,000. That lady or the mama that has delivered a child. Also, Finance Trust Bank, we have women, or the products basically for women, and that there is women in business. Women in business, you have very friendly interest rate on loans. Like what our competitors also said on grow loans, we are also supporting government to disseminate or to give grow loans to the women entrepreneurs, and the interest rate basically is 10.5% per annum. As long as you have a trading license, that is the people who are in business, you have experience of 6 months and above, you can qualify for a grow facility. We start from 4 million and above, depending on the capacity or the cash flows for your business. We also have agricultural credit facility for people who are in agriculture. We give it at 12% per annum. I think that's what basically I can say about Finance Trust Bank. For the interest of time, I can stop here. We also have our desk there with a team well versed with products of Finance Trust Bank. We are still around. You can reach us, and we have more information with us. To open an account with us, we need only national ID and 30,000 open an account. But for today, we can even have accounts for you as ladies that have managed to make it here for the benefit of this workshop. I thank you so much, and I wish you a blessed day. Thank you once again, the organizers of this workshop.
All right, a round of applause for them, for Finance Trust Bank. Thank you so much for that. We have had a few commitments, right? Few commitments from these very banks that have come to, tell us about what they're doing. But one of the commitments that I wanted to re-echo is that DFCU is giving you women free accounts the moment we're done with this event. So please, if you don't have an account with DFCU, make sure that you get yourself one, because they're giving you free accounts as one of the commitments from DFCU. And then, of course, EcoBank said if you're a woman and you are manufacturing women-led products, they can also give you an account. And of course, at the same time, they have women-led accounts, which is very wonderful. And of course, you have also heard from Finance Trust Bank. So those were really wonderful commitments from these banks, and we really appreciate them. Thank you so much, Finance Trust Bank. Thank you so much, EcoBank. Thank you so much, DFCU, for your time and for being in this space with us. All right. At this particular point, I would want us to dive deeper into a gist of why we are here, okay? We want to listen to real champions. We want to listen to the women who are breaking barriers every single day. And of course, that is none other than our panel discussion. We're going to get into the panel discussion, and our panel today is packed with brilliance. It's packed with boldness. And of course, it's also packed with experiences that cut across, disability inclusion, entrepreneurship, workforce policy, and creative strategy. So it's going to be a very, very interesting panel. And at this particular point, I'm going to invite the moderator of this panel, and that is none other than Eunice Innocent Katshabe, who is the Gender and Inclusion Associate at Brighter Monday, Uganda. You're most welcome.
I've been seeing a lot of men pass this side, so I wanted to also pass this side. But a very good morning. You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. I still don't know who is still in the room, but we appreciate you being here. My name is Eunice Innocent Katshabe. I am the Gender and Inclusion Associate with Brighter Monday, Uganda. Quite a lot of things have been spoken here, and I've been noting from a lot of speakers. And I know some of those who get to address, I'm a woman's woman, I'm my sister's keeper. And that's how I want people to describe me. Because when it comes to issues of women, I'm always taking the first step. So when there was this opportunity to moderate a panel of incredible women that are going to share their rich experiences here, I was like, why not? I love women. Why not have someone who loves women? But that does not mean we hate men. We love allies in the room. And I know the mayor got to speak about how we are missing a lot of men in the room, but we'll get to check some of these systematic issues that we are addressing to ensure that we have the woman at the forefront. So I want to thank you, and at this point, I want you to join me in welcoming a group of powerful women who are change makers, just like our MC shared, who are experts in the fields of entrepreneurship, moving from leadership to policy, to innovation, to advocacy. We are going to have rich discussions because they bring their expertise in this room. But I know we also have more other women who are seated with us, who will get to share with us some of the issues that we'll be discussing here. So let me have my slides on for the panel right here. To start it off, I want to welcome our very first panelist. Let me just pull my slides. Okay, I want to welcome our very first panelist, and that is Kaitesi Aisha Keisha, who is a business and a creative strategist. So she's also the co-founder of Creative Media. Keisha, you're welcome. It's good to have you. Let's, please, come on, those hands. Oh, should I send my women back? Come on. Yes, let's celebrate women. We are here to celebrate women, so we want to see the energy in the room. Thank you very much. And our second panelist is none other than Madam Sharon Martha Agaba, who is a business owner here in Mbarara. She owns a shop, but also she's a PWD activist. Let's welcome Madam Sharon Agaba. And next we have Madam Emma Audrey Grace, who is the head of learning and development at Brighter Monday, Uganda. Let's welcome Emma Audrey Grace. Let's have that. Come on. Okay. And then we have one incredible woman. She's called Stadia Katmwehe, who is the program officer for Women in Technology Uganda. Let's welcome Stadia. And then I want to also welcome Madam Cynthia Nahwera. I'm going to welcome you back so that you join us on the panel. I see there is a fifth chair, so instead of sitting back, I'll request you to join us. But we have an extra person who will be responding to one of the questions on the panel, and she's the Gender and Inclusion Lead at MAST. We know MAST, that's Mbarara University for Science and Technology. Okay, so to start it off, I'm going to give us an opportunity, just a minute or two, to introduce ourselves. I want to be able to see you, to introduce ourselves. So I will start from I want us to take a minute to introduce ourselves. Maybe I've not done justice. So I will start from my left. You can introduce yourself as we move on. Thank you.
Thank you so much. My name is Kaitesi Aisha Keisha, and I'm from Creative Campus. Creative Campus is a social enterprise based in Mbarara, where we offer different services, and one of them is commercializing of the creatives that we have. We have a hub that is located in Revi Corner, and here we train young people to get the skills they need for employment and to create employment for others. Besides that, we also have a media services body, which is Creative Media, that is right now streaming this event. Outside that, we also offer tech solutions, and the people that have been around, you heard someone talk about Sibo, the very first delivery app in Mbarara. We are offering a solution to have deliveries done. So I am a co-founder in Creative Media, but I also serve as a business lead in Creative Campus. I'm so excited to be here, willing to learn from each other and happy to learn from you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Madam Kaitesi Keisha Aisha, if I'm saying that right, and we can have our next panelist.
Good afternoon to you all. Excited to be a panel member today. My name is Ima Oji Grace. I serve at Work-Brightermonday, Uganda. I'm the head of learning and development for the MasterCard funded project that we are implementing over the next couple of years. We're excited to be in Mbarara, and my ask for today, I'll have very many asks, but the most important ask for me today is, shall we walk this journey together in this project? You're important partners to us, and so are we, for us to deliver on our mandate on skilling the youth and availing decent and dignified, meaningful work for the youth. We cannot do this on our own. We look forward to working with you. That's the most important ask I have today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Audrey. So I will revisit this ask at a later time. Thank you. Let's have another panelist, the next panelist.
Thank you for letting me come.
Okay, thank you very much. Sorry about that. We had some technical issues and people couldn't hear. But just to maybe quickly sum it up. Oh, you can actually repeat. Let's give you an opportunity to repeat.
Good afternoon, everyone. I welcome you all once again. My name is Sharon Nagaba. I'm a business lady. I have a shop in Easy View. I sell clothes, men's and ladies, and even drinks like yogurt, makamo. People call them here in Mbarara, they call it makamo. And my shop is in Easy View. The room is K10. If you're interested, you can come to me. And also want to thank you for letting me to come here to present people with disability. And thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Madam Sharon. So what we are going to do is, please, we will have one person at a go put on their microphones so that we don't get extra feedback. Okay, so let's have our next panelist.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I'm called Cynthia Nahwera Kavisaje, are my names. I'm a director of Waste Watch Initiatives. Waste as in garbage, not the direction. I I have a company. I'm recycling plastics. I add value on plastics. I'm dealing with single-use plastics, like these ones. So when you take a drink and you throw, that's where I start from. I collect these bottles into my factory premises, and I have managed to add value on them. I have a variety of products. I've done pavers out of them. I have done a twin desk. I have also done something called flakes. They look like beads if you look at them, but I don't have an improved machinery to take me to the next step. I supply it to some Turkish company. They add a virgin material, and if you're here putting on something polyester, just know this is the raw material. I'm here to share the experience in women leadership. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, Madam Cynthia. I'll request you to remove your mic. So let's have our last panelists introduce themselves as well.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tadia Katumwehe. I'm a program officer and a team lead at Women in Technology Uganda at our branch office over there at Amazon Building. Our head office is in Kampala. So Women in Technology Uganda, like the name, we are 99% women, women for women. So I reserve the 1% for the partners that we work with, and yes, partners and the gentlemen who support us, like if you can see at the cameras, but we are 90% women. So we have 3 branches at Women in Technology Uganda. One is the women founders. There we work with businesses. We link them to information that is important for their growth, and obviously funds. Businesses cannot exist without funds. And secondly, we work with, we have a 2-year program, training program for ladies who did mathematics and physics at A level and couldn't afford to take it further because of financial constraints. So it is 100% sponsored. It is a program for 2 years, a diploma in computer science and entrepreneurship, and the third hand is a training institute. There currently, like what I can tell you, the hot cake that we have this year is called 10X program. We are a consortium of 4, or a group of 4 organizations implementing the 10X program. We have 5 computer courses, ladies in the house, and these 5 computer courses are free of charge. So we are supported by MasterCard Foundation. We shall talk more about that. We are still here. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much. Madam Stadia, I request you remove your mic. And we've had a lot of conversations around inclusion and the need to ensure that women from marginalized backgrounds are really included and are seen in the workspaces. So I want to start it off with Madam Sharon, as someone with first-hand experience and experience in disability inclusion. Could you share your thoughts on how employers and organizations can better include women from these marginalized groups? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's like we are left behind, being that some of us we are wheelchair users, some of us we use calipers and we use crutches. So when people see you, they get scared. They're like, if I give her a job, will she manage? He or she will she manage? Yes. So don't see the appearance. You just hear what I'm saying, and then you get what you want. You keep on moving to different places so that you can see them, not to hide them in the places, not to be seen only in occasions or in where they have called them, but keep on looking for them. That will be the best way.
Okay, thank you very much. You've just said something very important on you don't see the appearance. And I think oftentimes as employers, we get to see the appearance. And this is a call to us employers in the room that being a PWD doesn't mean that, you know, they are unable to do the work. So we need to check and ensure that at least in our workspaces, we have an environment that is inclusive enough to enable them to do the work. But she also says, oftentimes we only invite them in such spaces. How about we welcome them and invite them in those workspaces? And this is a question I will task all of us to go back, reflect on our policies and the cultures that we have at our different workspaces. Are they inclusive enough? I'll get to check this later. Thank you very much, Madam Sharon, on that. And now it's an incredible point. It's quite incredible points that we share. And now I want to speak to Madam Cynthia on could you also share some gender responsive workplace practices that have been effectively implemented to support women?
Thank you so much. I would want to share the experience that I have encountered in dealing with women leadership. There's a very big association that is here. It's called Uganda Women Entrepreneurs Association. It's an umbrella for women in business, women who are in entrepreneurship. And I happen to be the chairperson. It's based in Kampala. I don't know if you have heard about it. How many ladies here are members? You will. Short form, you will.
Members of You Will?
Members of You Will. Others are behind.
Oh, others are behind there. We see some hands behind. We have exhibitors behind. Yes, we see you.
Yes. It is an honor that we are members of You Will, and I would say that we have had a good experience of being members because it has taken us a step. Being a member of You Will, it's not only being in a house of fellow women with businesses, but we have tried at least to pick up something. It has helped us to network our businesses. Then through capacity building, we have also managed to probably get funds here and there. So I encourage the ladies who are in the house to come and be members. Of course, the experiences, some are good and others are not easy. Just as the way I had shared before in my keynote speech, that when you're in business, things are not on a silver plate. Yeah.
Thank you very much. You actually said something quite interesting on capacity building, and I think this is a very good practice that as employers, we need to ensure that we build capacity. If you check a woman, say, you know, someone from the marginalized group, and you feel probably there is something missing for them to do the work, then it is upon us to ensure that we build their capacity to do their work. So I'm going to encourage employers in the room to also check this. But there is also something she says on helping women access the resources they deserve. And I think as we get to employ these women, as we get to include them in our workspaces, we need to ensure that services and resources are available to enable them to do their work better. I want to move this question a bit behind there. We have a gender and inclusion representative from MAST, and I need someone to help me move a microphone on a table behind. We have someone from MAST, Mbarara University of Science and Technology. I want to task this question. Oh, okay. Do we still have them in the room? Okay, so let's move that microphone there. I want you to share some of the practices on how we can include women in our workspaces, but also I want you to share some of the policies, some policies that you've seen or you would want to see to ensure that women are safe at a workspace.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Helen Akelo Bajenda. Currently, I'm coordinating the Gender Equity Desk at Mbarara University of Science and Technology. Of course, as a university, we've been embedded so much into teaching programs over the years. I know that most of you have actually been there at MAST. You've several and again enrolled for the different programs. In the recent years, we've had a whole department of human development and community engagement. As a university, we are fond of, or we have a practice of going down into the communities. We engage with different women groups, not leaving behind the gents, and this has gone on successfully over the years. And MAST has been applauded for such initiatives time and again. Recently, we are making the gender desk more active, and that's why we are gladly here. Most of the policies that we've been having over the years have been like embedded in one another. But at the moment we are saying, no, let's come out, let's look at the real inclusion bit of it. How are we getting the girl child or a young woman in her productive years benefit equally from the workplace? And we are encouraging policies of inclusion and building partnerships. And we are still very actively trying to make sure that we learn more from our different partners. We are embarking on requesting for provisions and funding to get space appropriate to put up rooms like the one we are seeing behind over there that can cater for mothers who are in their nursing stages and where also their baby keepers can be there and comfortably take care. We are also actively advocating for equal opportunities for women. Yes, we know that women have really come on board, like our Lord Mayor mentioned earlier. However, there are still some gaps. And we think that by bringing up policies that can be equal to women and make women happy and satisfy their needs would be better placed. If we look at equal pay, we find that as women, when women are given equal pay, they can do greater things. Just from the experiences shared earlier and that are yet to be shared, we know that when women start small, they can go more steps higher than their current states. We also need to look at flexible work by encouraging remote working. With technology now, many people have laptops. Many people, everybody has a smartphone. And you know that people can juggle online. People can do their hustles online. People can network and build even mentorship programs online. So if such policies are put in place by the employers, then the women can go far into their career and mentoring others that keep coming up. Once again, I thank you, and we shall be responding if need be as time goes on. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for those rich insights. Please, a hand clap. Yes, thank you very much. And I've noted quite a lot. And one of it being, you talked about eco-pay, and there is actually a lady that I met, and she told me she was on a position, and so when they wanted to move them with a colleague who was a male to a managerial position, both of them, they gave the male more money than her because they asked questions like, do you have a family? You know, men have more responsibilities to take care of, their families. For you as a woman, sente ya chikazi, you will have to keep it on the side. So as we need to really check, as employers, we need to check some of these things because as per the current report of UBOS, we have more female-headed households. And that only shows you that actually women are looking for resources to take care of their families. So this is an incredible one, and we need a policy on that. But there is also something you share on remote working, and I want to applaud Brighter Monday on this. Let's clap for Brighter Monday. So they have a policy on hybrid working. The whole of last week I was sick, and I was working from home. So let's clap for them again, because that's why I'm here. So yeah, we need to really put up policies that enable people to work from home. Because imagine you're moving from home and going for work, and then there are a lot of disturbances, You have boda men calling you my size, you have the taxi people calling you this. By the time you reach all emotions are already affected as a woman. And so by the time you start concentrating on some of the deliverables, you're moved off. So we need to check these employers in the room. I see DFCU, Finance Trust, EcoBank, quite a number, PSCFU. Please, let's check this, women in technology. Now, I want to base on another thing that you shared on building partnership. And I want to build it up from there. And I want to throw this question to Audrey. Audrey, how can we build partnerships with other spaces? How can programs like Young Africa Works? I know you're working for Brighter Monday and you have a big program, Young Africa Works. How can such programs really bridge the gap between the employer and job seeker?
All right. Thank you so much, Eunice, and all the panel members. This is a very interesting question, and also one that myself I'm very keen about and very invested in. Looking at partnership, with support or with collaboration with the MasterCard Foundation, we're implementing the Young Africa Works project or strategy that's running for quite a number of years. Now, what does that mean to the women in the room? Looking at our theme, unlocking potential and driving inclusion. This means that we have the potential. Our mission is to skill 70% of 129,000 women. This is quite a big number. This is 90,000 women. The women here representing the various organizations, the youth that are here, you're part of our agenda in terms of skilling. We can't do this without the able employers we have. We can't work alone. We are partnering with a number of organizations, the government itself, other NGOs. We have women in technology that we're already in conversations with. We have the Innovation Village. We have my sister over here that we already are working together, for example, on this project. It's very important for us to not work alone, but rather partner with key players in the sector, to partner with the youth. At the end of the day, it's not our program. It's a program for the youth. And the focus is on skilling, but what happens after we have skilled you? Remember the mayor, I remember when the mayor was talking, saying, don't get skills and just go and sit home. We would like to see women at work. We would like to see women in business. I'm very happy to see the women entrepreneurs displaying their commodities or their products there. I mean, that's the focus, that's the drive, that's the mission that we are on. I'm glad you're here to walk the journey with us. And I hope from here we take on the conversations on how do we come to Mbarara University to skill the youth? How do we come to women in technology, particularly, to skill the youth that you're working with? At the end of the day, no one is going to, it's our responsibility. At the end of the day, we'll say, as Ima Ojegrace, as Brighter Monday, we did our part in reducing youth unemployment. And by what percentage? This is what we are looking at. At the end of the day, we would like to say we worked with women in technology. We worked with so many employers, DFCU, Finance Trust Bank, to ensure besides the youth being skilled, they were placed in meaningful and dignified work. What this translates to is actual impact, actual money in the youth's pockets, and that also means sectoral or economic transformation at the end of the day. That's what we are looking at, and our ask for today, let's partner. We can't walk this journey on our own. I was very excited when I heard the mayor talk about the presidential initiative on skilling the youth, or the girls. So that's an area for us to partner. We can only do this when we partner with the various stakeholders out here, and all of you are here. Let's partner. That's my key message to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Audrey. I'll start with something that you've actually mentioned. Let's partner. And I think it's important not to do work alone. And it's also important not to do life alone, right? You cannot do life alone as an individual. Same thing with organizations and companies that are in the room. You cannot work alone because as an English woman or man says that if you want to do something better, do it alone. But if you want to move far and reach far away, you need to work together with other people. So Audrey, I want to thank you, but I would love to ask also Stadia to make an addition on this, because Women in Technology, I know, is partnering with quite a number of people. So from a partnership angle, I also want to pick your mind on this.
Thank you so much, Eunice and Audrey. So I already told you about what we do. Our major goal as Women in Technology Uganda is to bridge that gap, that tech gap that is between ladies and gentlemen. And this is a disclaimer, gentlemen in the house, when we say we are looking out for women, we are not trying to be equal to you. That is the bit that you're not comfortable with. That is not what we mean. You need us in this space, and talking about the digital space, you people, it's new. It is expanding each and every other day. So we are trying to bridge the gap. Bridging the gap doesn't mean you want the first floor to be at the level of the fourth floor of a building. No. We want to be able to have enough energy, enough abilities, enough skills to support you in this expanding field of the digital economy. So what we do, we skill. We have computer skills for beginners, talk about basic ICT. We have computer courses for intermediates. We have computer courses for those who want to advance their skills. So after skilling, so what? That is what she was talking about. Take an example of the 10X program, where we are supposed to train these young ladies and link them to jobs. Women in Technology Uganda as an NGO, as one NGO in Uganda doesn't have 1,000, like this program is targeting, for instance, 4,800 young ladies trained in 3 years' time, counting from last year, July. We don't have all those jobs for these ladies. We are supposed to link 3,480 to dignified work. So we have to work with employment partners, and even in our circles, we encourage the ladies that we train. When you get to know about an opportunity that you don't want to make use of, can you please link your sister? Please link your sister. Maybe that is one of the challenges that we should even discuss when that time comes. I maybe already have these computer skills. I know that Women in Technology Uganda and Brighter Monday have these free skilling opportunities for young women, but I don't tell my neighbor. I don't tell the other lady who finished senior 4, for instance, who finished senior 6 and failed to raise school fees to continue. Women, why are you not sharing information? That is a rhetorical question. And also, can we get to know about the opportunities that are already available? Take an example of e-commerce. E-commerce is about marketing, online buying and selling. I've seen wonderful products behind there. Well done, people. People are women are very hardworking and creative. You're coming up with different products. Can you match the speed of the digital economy? Can you market online? Maybe you already know how to market on your TikTok, on your WhatsApp. Don't stop there. Now that is skilled, you're already skilled, you know how to do it. But what is today is going to change tomorrow. So that takes us to upskilling. Learn as much as you can access. And the good news, like we've already talked about and other people are going to emphasize on, opportunities for women are already there. And unfortunately, like I said, you're not sharing opportunities, you're not informing those people who, you know, don't have radios to listen to, or don't have televisions to see Brighter Monday, to see Women in Technology Uganda and other organizations, Creative Campus. Tell them, now I'm talking about the underserved, the marginalized, those who are not yet at this level of you who have transport to come to Addit Mall. Share information. Opportunities are there, very many in Uganda, in all districts. If we can tap into them, get to know the available opportunities. I talked about digital marketing already, and we are lucky to have very many organizations who are doing this. So in organizations, both government organizations and NGOs, and also individuals that are skilling for free in capital letters, free for women. Can you maximize these opportunities? I would be happy to see ladies come. Those who don't have time to come physically, we do hybrid. Provided you have data, you can study from where you are, as long as the schedule can favor you. And we try as much as possible. I appreciate Brighter Monday for what I saw behind there. We try as much as we can to accommodate women, putting in consideration their different needs. Women have babies, they need where to put them to sleep. We take care of that at Women in Technology Uganda. Disabilities, we understand there are many people with disabilities who are still drawn back or not confident enough. How will people see me? Do they even have a place for me? So in this 10X program, we are supposed to accommodate 5% of people with disabilities. People who saw me, I stuck to her. I want to make sure I tap into her circles and get all those young women skilled. They should not be left behind, because trust me, like she said, oh, I can talk up to tomorrow. You just have to tell me. Pause.
Okay, so I'll ask you to pause there because I've been noting quite a lot of things, but you share quite interesting insights. And I want to pick it up from both Audrey and what you share on the existing opportunities, but also the need to collaborate, the need for partnership, because Brighter Monday alone cannot do it alone. You know, they are skilling, but they also have to do job placements. They cannot place, they don't have all those jobs for the people, right, Audrey? But they have to partner with others to ensure that they place. Same thing with Women in Technology. Yes, they skill, but again, they don't have those jobs for all the young women, but still they have to partner with others to ensure that they are placed and they have jobs or opportunities. And there is something you shared. You actually responded to one of my questions, Stadia, on the existing opportunities for women in technology. And I think Stadia has really shared a lot on some of those existing opportunities, where she talks about the 10X program. We also have, as Brighter Monday Uganda, we have a program for women who are interested in technology to be skilled. So we need to put these resources together to ensure that we maximize and potentially be able to support a woman to fully utilize the existing resources and the existing opportunities. And we also talked about the challenges. And Audrey had talked about youth unemployment, but for youth unemployment to exist, there are actually barriers, right? Women are experiencing barriers. And it has been a song from even the keynote address by Madame Cynthia to the different people that have been addressing us. We have seen that actually there are barriers. And I want to pick it up to the audience. What are some of the barriers that you've experienced in seeking work? Can someone help me move? So we only have Please, when you get the microphone, just share the barrier, introduce yourself and the barrier, and then we stop there. Thank you. What are some of the barriers that you've experienced? Let's hear from you before I get to throw it to the panel. What are some of the barriers that we've experienced? The women in the room, what are some of the barriers we've experienced while looking for work? Anyone? Any volunteers? Oh, there is a hand. Thank you. Let's share. Reflect when you're looking for work. What are some of those barriers you encounter?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm by names of Fiona Cantono, a midwife by training. One of the barriers that I can list out is work inabilities. What do I mean? Sometimes for mothers like myself, you find the job is there, ready for you to work, but depending on the background that you have back way home, you fail to work. So if we get those jobs that fit even the background that we have as mothers, it would be the best, because I believe that all women have that big heart of working. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for sharing that. She talks about the work inabilities, more like they're actually things that are holding women back. And we know the triple burden of women, right? We know it. That actually a woman, as she intends to want to work, but there is some still load of work waiting for her at home. There are expectations, roles, responsibilities that she has to play. So balancing the two, sometimes you find that the job, you have to forego the job. So I want to thank you very much for pointing that out. And I think employers in the room, let's note this. Yes, let's have another one.
Okay, good afternoon to us all. Nakaita Tendo Brittany is my name. I'm the Prime Minister of Mbarara University of Science and Technology. So as the youth, we have many challenges, but I'll point out a few. The first is sexualization. That I can point it to, we realize that the so-called more beautiful women, or the women that have the big bums, or women that are so juicy in the liking, they have more opportunities, or let me say they are easily given a job, unlike us, the small ones, or those that are really not given the physical appearance. So in workplaces, in institutions, let me say workspaces, let me say. So how best are we going to minimize the sexualization in Uganda and in the youth today? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Let's have another question. Let's have another barrier shared. Thank you for that question. It will be responded to. I'll throw it to someone on the panel.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Natkunda Merita. Something I've noticed, I've not sought out work like actively, but something I've noticed, not just in the work environment, the little time I've spent there, but also in our education environment. For some reason, men want to control us. I'm sorry to all the men around, but it's a common concept. Because I would always wonder, why is my friend treating me like this? Why are they trying to make me do this and do that? Why are they insisting that person should act that way, and why should? They are trying to make you, steer you towards something. And one of my friends openly told me, I want by the end of this year to make you a mini-me, like to make you as though you're another version of me. Then also, I remember sometime we were looking for someone to help us with something. It was work-related, and then when I suggested a certain person's name, the male person I was talking to refused, and he's like, she can't be controlled. And honestly, it really hurt. I've never forgotten that statement, and because it's a concept that, like something keeps screaming at you, like they're trying to control you all the time, and even all those relationships you're always seeing out there, person I'm always seeing out there, it's always the boys or the men trying to control the women all the time. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. That's interesting, and I'm going to actually throw it to the panel as well at a later point. Let's have two hands. So 2 hands from this side.
Thank you so much. My name is Mbarara.
I work with Shema District Local Government as a town clerk. So one of the barriers I can raise that stops women maybe from advancing is gender bias and stereotypes at the workplace. Many times women are discriminated against, and that limits opportunities for even promotion at workplaces. So you find that they cannot compete favorably because they think a woman cannot perform as well as a man can't. Basically based on stereotypes with no much evidence.
Thank you.
Then another key is for young mothers who have children. You find that most of the workplaces in Uganda have no facilities for the young babies and children. So most of the mothers leave their babies at home and they cannot concentrate at work. Actually, last year we had an incident in the neighboring district. A young lady left a child at home. Then she stays near the workplace, but at lunchtime she went and breastfed the child. Then at around 3, a neighbor called her that your baby is not well. She left the baby at home with a maid, but around that time, I don't know what went wrong. By the time she went home, within 30 minutes, the baby was dead. So we wondered if there was facilities for young children at the workplace, and maybe there is a room where babies can be kept with a maid and you keep checking, would that have happened? So these facilities, if you can advocate for them at the workplace, it is the greatest challenges, and young mothers are moving out of employment because they have nowhere to keep their children as they go to work. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Because of time, let's get only one hand. One hand.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sarah Wase. I'm a student at Mbarara University of Science and Technology. And one of the great barriers that women are facing in trying to look for work is limited career advancement. Like, you find it very hard for a lady, once you've actually become lucky and got a position, it becomes very hard for you to be moved to the next level, however much competent you might be. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We will only have that. And I want now to move it to the panel, and I just want to say a few things. One of the barriers that was shared is on work inabilities, being able to balance work in the work at home. So sometimes you find that women are really leaving work so that they concentrate on the work at home. And then there is also one on sexualization of women. And I think media is actually doing this. And lucky enough, we have people in technology and digitalization on the panel. We will want you to respond to one of the questions on how we can address that. Because we've seen a lot of sexualization, where if I say a title like secretary, what comes to your mind? Who comes to your mind? Which gender comes to your mind when I say secretary? It's a female, right? We have put a glass ceiling to make women feel like, okay, you just have to bring your beautiful self and be at the front desk, so that when someone is walking in and they see a beautiful face, they are able to do business with us. So we want to see how to address that. Then another thing that has been pointed out is on control. And I think this falls under power dynamics. There are quite a number of power issues that are happening in workspaces. And so you find that women can actually not handle. And then last, the other is on stereotypes and biases. We know what culture does to a woman. You know, it tells you you're not supposed to be in a boardroom. You don't have to eat chicken. You don't have to climb a tree. Even when we are giving young women gifts, what gifts do we give them? Babies, right? Dolls. Telling them your role is to nurture and care for a child. So we want to revisit that. And then when we give our boys gifts, what do we give them? We are giving them cars and guns. What do cars do? They help you reach the next destination. When you're shooting, what are you shooting? We have long rangers. They shoot long range. So telling a boy child the sky is the limit for you to move. So we need to check all this. And I want to start off with, and then lastly, she talked about, there is also something that they placed on advocating for facilities for child care. just like a very unfortunate incident that happened. If there were really facilities at a workspace, then that could have been resolved. So, and then lastly, limited career advancement. So I want to start with limited career advancement, and I want to throw this question to, sorry, are we good? I want to throw this question to Keisha. I want you to speak about this, the limited career advancement. It's one of the barriers that has been pointed out. But I also want you to speak about the moving from, passion to profit. How do we move now from passion to profit? I want you to join the two and speak about that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Eunice. And thank you, the panelists and the audience. This is so great. I'm already learning so much. Starting with the barrier, it's so true that we will always have issues as women. But I would like to inform us all that us coming out from the creation as women is not a problem. We go to school, we are with those boys, but it is said that there are courses for boys. What do I implore us to do? You do that course and be good at it. I was a science student and I was in a math class that was dominated by men. Yes, it's so true, they used to think we don't know math. And that would beat me so down that even what I knew, I would not stand in front and discuss because they know girls don't know math. But what could I do is I'll make sure I do so much to prove them out. Yes, it's draining, but do the work. Yes, I understand those issues will keep on coming every other time, but as a woman in that organization, you already have that bias. That is given, because even as young babies, you will see boys segregating girls. That is something that we really have so much time to do. One of the panelists said we are not trying to be equal to the men, but we are bridging that gap. I would like to inform the young girls that are entering employment, by any means, if you get into that space, please earn it. Don't be the one coming late to work. Then they build more issues of because she was in her periods, because she's just moody. If you've entered the space, please earn it. And to assure you, those issues will always come. I work in a male-dominated environment. They will want to control. But what do you offer? Which value are you offering? If you have value, someone controlling you will feel, I'm not ready to lose this person. So enter into that space, but own the space. Can you sit with those men in a board meeting and offer solutions, or you just appear with your makeup and so beautiful as they have said and say nothing? So if we keep on appearing on those platforms and doing nothing, we are still going to be put down. Us that have got the time, the opportunity to come on a platform like this and engage, let's earn the spaces. That's what I can really say about that. We earn the space and do the work. Then about passion and how you can really turn into business, I will talk of my story. I am a business student, and as I've told you, I'm a co-founder of a media body, a very big brand that is running in the city and outside the city. This is not something that my parents would want me to do. The very first time I started doing the camera work, my dad asked me, really, with your good grades, you really want to be on the camera? And I told him, this is what I love. That's what I'm passionate about. So if you have that idea in mind, please don't sit on it because you're a woman. You already have that inferiority that is going to come along. Own the idea, put it on paper, translate it into a physical business. Creative media was not just thought about and then it appeared. It is something that people had ideas, came together, and we have a stream running, we have things running on. So if you have the idea, we have access to internet. It can conceptualize whatever you want to do. You have the brains. Women are so creative. The men in the house can know. We are so creative. We have a touch of excellence. We can organize every scattered environment. So please use the ideas that you have and bring them to reality. Yes, we cannot do everything alone because apparently I'm here and the work is being done. Engage with those men and give the points that you really want them to do what you want. I am not saying try to overpower because they have the controlling character that is not going to be dropped any soon. But if you're engaging with them, present the ideas that you really want them to do. Partner with people that are helping, have meaningful partnerships. When I talk about partnerships, you're going to find, as I told you, I'm in a male-dominated area. All my workmates are male. But what does that say? Society will say you either sleep with them, society will tell you, why is she in a studio at night? But you have to really show up, break all the barriers, shut the ears and focus on what you want. Because if you sit on the idea, I assure you, men are going to continue to dominate. And you will not have anything to tell the generation after you. Because they empowered us, we shouldn't disappoint the women that really stood out for us. That's really what I can say. Thank you so much.
Interesting. I don't want to re-echo all what you've said, but quite a lot of things stood out for me, breaking the barrier and not sitting on our ideas. Women, let's not sit on our ideas, regardless of how intimidating the space is, regardless of how male-dominated the spaces is. And I think we know that it is a system issue. Most systems are male-dominated, you know. You will find that even right now as we count, we have more male politicians than female. We have, regardless of what the mayor was saying on the positions, but if you count the number of parliamentarians right now, we have more males than females. If we are to go to the education sector, she talked about when she was in the math class and she had to really prove herself. We've been told some courses or some subjects are for men and not for women. And for me actually, I think I'm like you. I always want to prove someone wrong. If you tell me that is for a man, I want to go for it. I want to go for it. There is a time actually, I was at church and I asked them, can I hold a camera? And they told me, no, holding cameras is for men. Let them stand there. And guess what? I had to stand up. I'm like, you're joking. I will start doing media starting next Sunday, and I will stand on that camera. So we need to actually be able to break those barriers, as Keisha says, because if she had sat on that idea, she would not be with the creative media. And so we thank you for sharing your story with us. Okay, there are actually some other barriers that the participants shared, and one of it is sexualization, and we've seen media do this a lot. So I want to throw this to Stadia. How do we advocate for policies that address sexualization of women in technology, women in media, but also how do we go about the sexualization of women, because it's actually a lot in the country?
Thank you so much, panelists and listeners, for the good job so far. About sexualization, I implore you ladies, please be outspoken, and by this I mean know who you are, what you can do, and where you want to be. I like what Keisha said. If you want a promotion, please work for it. If you promoted me because of what I was able to prove to you, then there is no reason why, if you want to take me to another level or that very one, you're asking me for a bribe in terms of sexualization. That is one. Earn your space. Earn your space in capital letters. How do you earn your space? Have the right skills. You don't know enough. You think you know enough until you're faced with a challenge of an opportunity and you cannot fit in. So acquire as many skills as you can, so that as these promotions come in, they find you ready. Someone wants a bribe in terms of what we are talking about and you don't want to give in, don't give in, because there are many places that want you because you're ready. That is one. And then secondly, learn how to work appropriately with these men. You can lead, actually. You can lead, like Keisha was saying. You can work with these men and you even lead them, and you don't face those challenges. How do you do that? Know your worth. And also learn how to communicate openly with these people. A gentleman approaches you and maybe starts harassing you in one way or the other. Come out open and tell them you're not comfortable. But for them to take what you have told them is how you communicate it. Be respectful, be composed. You don't have to first shout to be understood. I'm one person who doesn't shout, but I realize most times people understand what I'm saying. You don't have to fight. You don't have to raise all those emotions. You can sit down and talk to these people. That is second. And thirdly, I appreciate the fact that most companies in Uganda, most employers, and I'm glad we have employers in this house, so this is also to you, most companies have started adopting gender and safeguarding policies. Like we have at Witu, I think you have here that the baby's space is part of gender and safeguarding. Ladies, feel free to report. You can report politely. Reporting doesn't mean you're against this male counterpart that is harassing you. If you communicate, I said you first communicate, talk to them calmly. If they understand you, good. If they don't understand you, feel free to report. Don't first leave this job that is putting food on your table because you don't want to report. You feel they will take you as a bad person. Feel free to report. And also what I must not forget related to these solutions is now I'm talking to two people. The first one was about people who are in employment. The second person I would like to talk to is an entrepreneur. At Women in Technology Uganda, we usually categorize our community into two. Those who are interested in seeking for jobs and those who are interested in starting up their own businesses. With these skills, the graphics designing, web, digital marketing, etc., you can plan, come up with ideas, start your own business, be your own boss. Maybe look at a digital marketer. There are many people here or even outside who have businesses and are too lazy to manage their own platforms to market their products and services. You can sit in the comfort of your home and employ yourself in that way. Market for creative campus, create for them content, market for all these businesses. So there is much more that you can sit down, plan to do. Even when you're employed, start something on the side. Most of these jobs are done online. So that as these people are harassing you and you're don't be too desperate for this job. Maybe that is one of the causes of this harassment. Someone promises you a promotion and you immediately give in because you feel your life depends on this job. But if you're sure you have those skills that you can tap into and employ yourself, you will find the courage to say, no, I can't do this. This is not what I want. Can we add value onto ourselves? We have enough potential. Let's use the whole of it.
Okay, thank you very much. You actually point out quite a lot of things, and I think you spoke to the employee, but also one who, the entrepreneur who wants to start up a business, who already has a business, and one of it is please don't give in. And because we've seen a lot of young women actually being desperate for positions, desperate to move, to show the community that, you know what, I'm also earning it, but it's not worth it. Okay, but maybe the other aspect would be to the employers. Let's have policies, because she speaks about organizations like Work-Brightermonday Uganda, who have the gender and safeguarding policies. Please, employers in the room, let's have gender-sensitive policies that can address some of these issues. We don't really need to leave someone behind because there is sexual harassment at work. There is actually a recent research that I read that that is titled Sex for Work. There is also Sex for Marks in universities, and I know we have university students here. So we need to address some of those issues, and we need to take note. For the university leadership that is here, please take note. Let's have a sexual harassment policy, prevention policy, and also let's have gender responsive policies. There are quite a number. So that, but also let's put up facilities, as she says, like one that is behind there that Brightermonday put up, to ensure that we are able to enable women to participate and be comfortable. I also want to throw another question to Audrey on, no, I'll start with Madam Cynthia on the biases and stereotypes. I know you're working with women. I want to hear from you in maybe a minute or two. What are some of those stereotypes you've seen affect some of the women that you're working with under the Uganda Women's Entrepreneurship Limited, but also how have you addressed that as a company?
Thank you so much, Eunice. For example, my work is too much of production. We also had challenges of where men would dominate the ladies. They would think that women could not operate a machine but somehow, somewhere we addressed it. We brought a technician who would come and take through the ladies. So far so good. We have addressed the challenge, and now I have 2 ladies who are operating 2 machines. At least I have a huge baling machine. It is operated by a lady, and I also have a dryer that is operated by a lady. So Westwatch Initiatives Uganda Limited has acquired 2 operators who are ladies in place.
Thank you very much. Interesting that we have 2 operators in the space that are women, and I think that really speaks to some of the biases that we encounter, because they put, as I said, there is a glass ceiling of what men's jobs are and what women's jobs are. And sometimes when we mention things like manager or CEO, what comes to our minds is males. But guess what? Brighter Monday says a different thing, because we have our incredible CEO who is a lady, and she has steered on the team incredibly. So I'm going to request us to take a minute or 2 to all the panelists to say your concluding remarks, especially on some of the barriers, but also some of the things that you want to share with the audience, more like a take-home message. I'll start with Audrey.
All right. Thank you. I would like to say this. I appreciated when I heard that different women raise what they felt were barriers, what they've experienced. And to sum it all up, it's either structural or social and gender norms that cause about the barriers that they're facing while accessing jobs or in their conquest to seeking employment. Now, to the employers, it's not only enough to have policies on paper. I appreciated when Madame Helen talked about the policies that they have at MUST. It's not enough to have them on paper. Are they being actualized? Are they practical? When students complain, for example, at MUST, are the policies now their safe space that protects them? Are they followed through? So, back to the employers. It's also not enough to just hire women. But are we safeguarding the women? Do the women feel safe? Are there opportunities for growth? Are they free to speak? Do they speak, and are they heard? So it's not just enough to hire women to tick boxes and say, oh, now here we have 60% female employees. Are they heard? Are they safe? Can they speak? My part in short is the intentionality that Brighter Monday has around the staffing that our CEO Zenia talked about, the fact that all the African CEOs under the company are actually female. It's not by choice, but rather by design, by intention. So I would like to call upon you all to be very intentional about inclusion, but also protection. Not only for women, but also for people with disabilities. We know we are a refugee hosting country. Let's ensure there's also inclusion in that angle. And I'd like to remind you as well, that's why coming from the intention and the structure that Brighter Monday runs, that's why it's very important and becomes very natural for us to implement the Young Africa Works project in partnership with MasterCard, which by design now means from our own structural strength, we are able to seek out to work with 70% women, which is about 90,000 Ugandan female in the program. So let's be intentional. Let's ensure that women are not only in the place, but they are heard, they speak, and they are safeguarded.
Thank you very much. I'll not re-echo that. Thank you very much, Audrey. Let's have Madam Sharon in a minute share your parting words.
Thank you so much once again. Me, I wanted to talk about accessibilities. Some places you reach there, you find they are not accessible as in where to pass, some help, so you have to grab anyone, come and help me, like that. So when you have like organization, put them there for people with disabilities. And when you see a person with disability, don't get scared. Many people see them as a stranger. Being lame, it doesn't mean that you're not a person. Disability, as they say, disability is not inability. I'm disabled because I was disabled ABCD. But take me as you've seen me, and I thank you for that.
Very much, and I think it's really important to look at accessibility. It's an important thing. When toilets, do they have ramps to enable people to access them? The buildings, are they accessible? We are building buildings and not putting areas where people can be able to access, and we're putting stairs. So we need to revisit all this. But also she parts with a statement that I want to re-echo. Disability is not inability. So let's not stigmatize them and let's not get scared of them. They are just people like us. Thank you very much. I want to welcome Stadia to also in a minute share your parting words.
So thank you. One last word is to employers. We appreciate when you give us feedback. Like Women in Technology Uganda, after skilling, we are sending people to you to work for you. We appreciate when you tell us you're giving us half-baked people so that we can self-adjust our programs to give you quality. And secondly, to us ladies in the house, please embrace technology. Whether you're doing business or employment, everything is going technology. It's a digital world. Don't be surprised when tomorrow they are telling you pack out because you don't have the relevant skills. So tap into all these opportunities, free digital training opportunities that organizations are bringing on board for yourselves and for your neighbors who don't know that these opportunities exist yet. And lastly, to the gentlemen, please support your sisters, support your wives. They are not, like I said earlier, they are not trying to be equal to you. God created his own things. I'm not preaching to you, but we are not trying to fight you to be equal to you. Support us. We are trying to be supported so that we are able to support you in the digital economy that is expanding every day. It is very big. There is something for everyone.
Okay.
Something for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Stadia. And I think it's important to remember that we need to take up the opportunities. They share the opportunities with us, so the young women in the room, please embrace them. But also for the gentlemen in the room, we are not against you. The women are not here to take your power. It's just an issue of understanding that everyone has power within and the potential, and so we can all do something. And that's the reason why we have women here today. And I want to also call on Madam Cynthia in a minute, 1 minute strictly, to just give us a closing remark from your end.
Thank you again. I would love to tell my fellow ladies here, please always embrace any information, whether it is a friend or your very own staff. Take it seriously. It can push you to the next level. That's how I can sum it up.
Thank you very much, Madam Cynthia. You're a good timekeeper. And now, lastly, Madam Keisha, please share with us your parting remarks.
Thank you so much. I want to first thank all of us for really engaging so well. And to the audience, you did yourself well. But what I can tell everyone here, mostly the ladies, let's earn those spaces. Let's not be too comfortable wherever we are, but choose to be the change that we want. Get the skills that we need. If you need a promotion, you really have to equip yourself. So when we get to those jobs, let's earn the spaces.
Thank you. Thank you very much. She says, earn the spaces. Before we start complaining, let's earn the spaces. Don't come late. Don't ensure that you communicate on time and everything. So thank you very much. And I want to thank all of us for that incredible insights, our panelists for your rich experience. We appreciate you very much, and everyone for participating. For those of us who were able to share some of the barriers that we're encountering, let's continue to collaborate, let's continue working together, but also ensuring that the spaces where we work are more inclusive. Please, please, let's put up policies, but let not these policies stay on paper. I thank you and I appreciate you. I want to hand it over to the MC. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. One more round of applause for our panelists and the moderator for doing a wonderful job. Please stay, moderator, please stay. I'm going to request the CEO, Brighter Monday Uganda, Madam Zinia, to join because we're going to have a photo. We're going to just have a photo with the panelists. I also request the town clerk, if she's still around, to please join this photo. We'd love to have a photo. Are we going to that side? No, no. No, let's do it from here because I would love the panel to stay depicted as a panel. So let me have those join us. Yes, if CEO is here, town clerk, I'll be happy. Great. Raymond, where's Raymond? Raymond. Later, but I would want him to join the pod as well. Great. Okay, great.
Josh McKeown hit something. She sound.
Leader. How would you pose as a leader, as a woman leader? Let's see a pose. Yes. Fishers. All right, we can take our seats. We can take our seats. We want to wind up. We want to wind up. Thank you. Okay. All right. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, our dear panelists. Thank you so much for that insightful discussion. They have shared real life experiences, and which is what we wanted to hear. We had even questions from the audience where we had questions of sexual abuse and all that, and that was really, really important for a discussion like this one. So we really thank you so much for those insightful discussions. Now, lunch is being prepared for you, so please, I know it's already 1 p.m., so please hang in there. We're about to conclude. Your lunch will be ready, so please stick with us. I just want to say that we're now getting into a session where we're going to divide each other, okay? Have those focused discussions, yeah? And these are breakout sessions we're going to have. And at this particular point, I would like to invite our strategy lead at Brighter Monday Uganda, and that is none other than Raymond Kakuba, to come and take us through what our breakout sessions are going to look like. Raymond? Is Raymond with us? All right, so at this point, let's put it together for Raymond, ladies and gentlemen. Please help me welcome Raymond. Yes. Thank you so much for this. Raymond, over to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm short of words. Thank you so much for blessing the event. These chairs wouldn't have made any sense, and the colors, if you did not turn up. So we are so excited to have everyone and each of you in this room, particularly the exhibitors. I'm so encouraged seeing that 90% of our exhibitors are women. Can we clap for that? This is we have turned the talk into real action indeed. Because imagine if this was a women-led event and the guys who turned up for exhibition were men, yeah? Then it will counter what the discussions we just had on the panel. But I just want to give special thanks to the financiers in the room. When I saw DFCU, Finance Trust, I had EcoBank, I felt this event has really been blessed, because most of the issues we have in all spheres of life, we will agree that money can solve, right? Many things we have, money can solve, and in most cases, all we need is a push for someone to give you that first startup capital. It could be 30,000 or 50, but then it starts your journey to become a success. So those are very important people to have in the room. Private Sector Foundation, thank you so much for coming. The SMEs, thank you so much for making this event colorful. Again, my name is Kakwa Raymond. I have the awesome privilege to work and serve at Brighter Monday Uganda as the strategy lead for this project. And I call it a privilege because I get the opportunity to work with very awesome people who have intentions of changing landscape for not only just the women, but also making sure that our youth, which are about 80% of our population, get jobs, but also are working dignified and meaningful employment. So again, thank you so much, Brighter Monday, for the opportunity, but also for organizing this event. Without saying much, let me just give a dive into what we are going to do next. So I know lunchtime is here, but we spent a bit of time when we were taking breakfast. So we are playing catch up. And for that, this particular session, which for me I think is the second most important from the panelists, the panelist session, needed more time, but we are going to use only 30 to 35 minutes for this one. Then my colleague Jeff will come and then we'll wrap it up. So for this particular session, it's called a breakout session. I think you saw me walking around with flip charts. We're going to have 3 groups. Those groups, each group represents one of the key topics we are going to have. Because this is a just one-day event, we have to squeeze everything that will inform our programming into just this event. The purpose of the breakouts is that you have very key topics or discussions that you want to cause, but because of lack of time, you are saying, let my participants be divided into a couple of those key topics. So that's exactly what we are doing. We're going to have each one of you subscribe to one of those key topics. We have group 1 here on my left, we have group 2 on my right, and at the extreme end, we have group 3. So what is each of these groups representing? The first group, group 1, is representing smart business. And what smart business is we are going to be exploring how to tap into existing business opportunities and networks to support women-led enterprises. So some of the key discussions you're going to have to make during those groups, which I've already put on the flip charts, I call them prompt questions. You're going to ask yourself questions like, what resources or market gaps exist within my region, around us that women aren't tapping into? What are those key opportunities that you see women in your area are not taking advantage of? Someone spoke about videography and camera. those are kind of discussions you're going to have along that question. The other prompt question would be, what type of businesses are working for women in your region and why? Why are women, okay, let's say women are doing so well in saloon. Why do you think that is? Yeah, and do you think that is a fine trend? Yeah, things like that. So I put each of those prompt questions on those flip charts. So the other group is going to be inclusive hiring. So as someone mentioned earlier, at Brighter Monday Uganda, we are very intentional on hiring, not just right, but inclusive hiring. And one of the panelists, my colleague Audrey, mentioned that we have close to 70% of our staff, I think above, just slightly above that, being ladies. And this is intention. It's not something that's a coincidence. It's not an accident. It is a deliberate move to empower women. So in this group too, now you have no control over that. No one decides who is going to be their parent when they are coming to life, you get. But you cannot wish and it comes true. You're already here. The parents you have are the ones you have. So scalability means when you are brainstorming those ideas, keep at the back of your mind that it's not just going to be in Mbarara City. Yeah, it's going to go out. You need that kind of a mindset when you are. As I said, the sessions are going to be 30 minutes. Yeah, because we want you all nourished. Yeah, after here to have lunch. So the earlier we do it, the better. You're going to come up with what are the barriers for each of those groups, what are the solutions, what are your recommendations. Then lastly,
we have 3 bankers or financiers in the room. So each of them is going to be in one group. Yeah? We're going to have Finance Trust in one group, maybe group 1, DFCU in group 2, and then EcoBank in group 3. And the purpose for that is that when you have questions regarding money, access to cheap credit, those are going to be the guys to tell you, but our rates are okay and what. Maybe you can, take advantage of this and that. Then lastly, I'm now talking like a preacher. There's some I'm going to conclude, but not concluding. So lastly, each of the groups is going to have a rapporteur. A rapporteur just simply means your leader who is going to present what you have brainstormed. So as you go in your groups, like I've gone through, you choose a group you want, or maybe if you see your friend is the other side and you want to be with them, you go to that one. Yeah? Then select someone who is going to present those ideas. I'm going to come back in the plenary and we give an opportunity of 2 minutes to each one of them to tell us those recommendations, because they are going to be documented and we are going to use them in real program design. Yeah? That's the purpose of projects like these ones or an event. We don't just come and go. We document those. When we go back to office, that feedback, we use it to program design. So when you hear another project coming in, or the next time we're coming up and having these structures, we've set up an office and everything, it's because those feedback, they informed the kind of structure we have to use to get to you. So thank you so much for your time. I apologize for the technical glitch. I don't know. The devil is a liar. How can it now? Of all the speakers, it went when I'm speaking, but it's okay. So yeah, let's have group 1, the other side, smart business. Let's have group 2, this side, and at the end, group 3. Yeah, the other side. So this one is about persons with disabilities, access, inclusive hiring. The other one is about smart business. And the last one is about digital gaps, how to leverage digital gaps. So in those 3 topics, which one resonates mostly with you? If you are for inclusive hiring, which is going to be led by Madame Shalon, then this is the side. If you are for smart business, then it's the other side. If you are for inclusion is actually here. The last one is digital. So we had a panelist who was talking about, I think it was Ishila, talking about digital is the other side. Smart business will be led by Audrey and Madame Cynthia. So yeah, that's it. EcoBank, Finance Trust Bank, and DFCU, each one has to pick one group. Yes? All right, let's do this. Yeah, you just carry your chair. You just carry your chair. Go the other side. Madam Sharon, you need some help? Take it the other side. But it's okay. It's still here.
Yes. So I was saying AgriFarm basically works with cooperatives. Cooperatives are groups of farmers helping them manage their stock, financial literacy and management, and all those things. But purposely for this, for the discussion we've just had, we discussed smart businesses, and I'm here to share with you our insights that we got through the discussion. And the gist of our discussion was leveraging on existing opportunities. And we started by throwing a light on what smart businesses are, and we shared that smart businesses are basically, it can be a physical business dealing with products, but you are leveraging on, say, for example, technology to run your business. I gave an example of, I can be a market vendor in Central Market, but as well, I do not have to wait for customers to come in the market. But if there is a product like SIBO, I can register with it so that I even get customers even when people do not have to come to my stall. So that can be a smart business. But also there can be an aspect of you not actually having a physical business, but you do business online. You are doing business, say for example, selling an online product, maybe you teach online. You teach online, people are able to receive your service, but, thank you. But you're doing it online, so that is a smart business. And going deep into our discussion, we talked about the opportunities that are available for women that we are not tapping into. And the first thing we talked about was social media. We are living in a world of social media. We are all using social media, but a lot of times we are not using it for growing our businesses. Talk about things like TikTok. Talk about our WhatsApps. Instead of posting memes and watching people on social media doing different things, can we post our businesses? Can we put our products out there so that we can be able to increase its visibility and also be able to get more customers? And then we also added that you could say that you do not know how to use these things. It's okay. There are so many people around you that it's only when you express your inability to use them that they can be able to help you use them and be able to leverage on them to grow your business. We talked about was AI. That's still into tech. AI can do so much in our businesses, coming from the idea of your business to bringing it into a real product and even just straight into managing it. One of our members gave an example of you not being able to have an assistant in your business, but you want people to constantly ask in and inquire about your business. You can train your business, you can have an AI and train it to act as an assistant so that it can always answer for you questions when you are not available to respond to your customer. Another thing we talked about was there are so many softwares that are available for us to use in our businesses. We talked about issues to do with records keeping, but there are so many softwares available with trial versions, and you see how useful it is. You can be able to pay for it and it helps you run your business. One of our members shared her experience with QuickBooks. QuickBooks is one of the examples they shared with us that can help us manage our business. Another thing they shared with us was Canva. We talk about branding our businesses, and a lot of times we pay people to help us brand our businesses. We can brand our businesses using the available softwares. She gave an example of Canva. You can have it just on your smartphone and design a concept as good as it can be for you to brand your business. We also talked about available funding opportunities, especially for women. Some of the banking officials that we have shared with us examples. They even shared them here when they were giving their speeches. There are a lot of those funding opportunities that we as women or businesses that we do not tap into, probably because we do not know about them, but today we've got an opportunity to know them, and it's time for us to take action and make use of them. They also gave us an opportunity of social capital. We've come here with different ventures and we do not know what we can support each other with. So an opportunity to come together like this can help us share ideas on how we can grow our businesses. We talked about partnerships on our platform, on our panel, but these are spaces where we can get those partners. Our next discussion was about the businesses that are mostly run by women today. And we talked about the fact that women have a lot of touch or sense of design. And one of the businesses they suggested was fashion and design. There's so much work that is happening and innovation around fashion and design, things to do with tailoring, things to do with branding, things to do with, there's so much around design that is happening. And so that is one of the businesses that we can venture in as women. They talked about design regarding decoration. The space we are in here looks beautiful, and that is part of the design that they talked about, interior designing. Another thing, one of the things that came out through the discussion was that women do not have spaces where they can take care of their children while they work. And one of the businesses that was suggested was daycare institutions or home places for children where women work. Because there's a rising number of women who are working, and so there's high need for these businesses, that is the daycare institutions. Another thing was makeup, hair, and nails. We all want to look beautiful, and so it's one of the growing businesses. Another thing was agriculture. That's a no-brainer. Agriculture is one of the ventures we all want to get into, and so it was one of the businesses that was raised. And lastly, we talk about women being unable to take fully part in the different workspaces because they are choosing their children over coming to work. And one of the businesses they suggested was digital marketing. This you can do in the comfort of your home, but making money. And so that is one of the businesses that was raised. The last part of our discussion was to do with how we can support women to be able to grow in business. The first thing we talked about was financial literacy. A lot of us have businesses, but we do not know how to handle the money in the businesses. And so one of the highly needed things for women running businesses is financial literacy, how to manage their money and how to grow their money within their businesses. Another form of support that could be needed was forming groups or cooperatives that can help women come together, especially with shared interests, to be able to grow together in business. Thirdly was skilling. There are so many opportunities, but the women do not have the skills. If you're talking about digital marketing, how many women can do a digital marketing job? There are really few. So these skills are really needed. And another thing was sharing information. There are so many opportunities, but the challenge is about them. And therefore that calls for us as sisters, as mothers, as friends to keep sharing these opportunities so that fellow women can learn of them and benefit of them. Basically, that was our discussion. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. A round of applause to Group 1, Smart Business. Yeah, we are short of time, so for the next two, please keep it just 1 to 2 minutes. 1 to 2 minutes. All right? And let me have Group 2. Okay. Let's give her some energy.
Good afternoon once again. Nakaita Tendo Brittany is my name. I'm a student. I've not yet started working, but I believe very soon I'll start. I'm the Prime Minister of Mbarara University of Science and Technology. I would not waste time, but I would go on to what we discussed as Group 2. Group 2 discussion was basically on inclusive hiring practices of PWDs and IDPs. The PWDs are the people with disabilities and the IDPs are the internally displaced people, where we the refugees, where we can see the children on the streets, etc. So the very first question that we talked about were the challenges that the PWDs and the IDPs face when they are applying for jobs. First and foremost, we talked about the stereotypes in the workspaces, where we realized that most PWDs, once they go and apply for a job, realize that they only want people who are physically able. For example, if at all a person with a disability goes on to apply for a job of engineering, they realize that they're not going to give it to him. Hence, they will say, how is the person going to go up and build such a big house? So then we go to lack of facilities. Those are non-facilities as in such, but we can talk of the things that are going to enable the PWDs and IDPs to feel at comfort. We realize we don't have the ramps, we don't have interpreters, we lack guides in different workspaces that are going to enable these PWDs to work in a safe environment. Then we go to limited access of national documents. For example, national IDs. Realize that in most job-seeking spaces, a person is supposed to have national documents. But realize an IDP is from a far-reached country, is a refugee, for example, from Somalia. The person needs a job that is a government job, but the person needs a national ID that is supposed to be from Uganda. Hence, the person cannot easily apply for that job. Then we go to the limited skills that the PWDs and the IDPs have, where most of them don't acquire a lot of education or a lot of skilling for their different jobs. Then we go to the language barrier. This applies to the IDPs, where an IDP will come and apply for a job, but since the language is not the language that the IDP knows, realize that it's going to be a challenge in applying for the job. Then realize that there is discrimination. Furthermore, on the panel we had talks about the discrimination, where most of us look at PWDs as people who are supposed to be discriminated. Hence there is a challenge in applying for the job. Then the next question was, are the employers already doing well in this space? This is the space of inclusive hiring practices of the PWDs and the IDPs, where we say that yes, some employers are doing well in this working space and they are employing the PWDs. And how are they doing? So are they doing it right or not? We say that some are putting ramps in certain buildings that are going to give comfort to the PWDs. Some are bringing in guides that are going to help the PWDs and the IDPs to have a safe working space. Then we have the teaching people or the workers. Realize that most workers don't know how to communicate with PWDs. Realize there is certain sign language teaching, there is how you're supposed to respond to a person with PWDs. Then realize that there are helpers that they are going to bring along in the working space that they can help the PWDs and the IDPs to have a great workspace. So then lastly, we talked about what would an employer feel confident in hiring a woman with disability or an IPD. In Uganda today, most of the jobs are if at all you're to get one, most of them, if at all you're competent, you're going to get the job. You have the good academic documents and you're really competent, you can easily get the job. Secondly, it is the skilling. You can have the competence, but you don't have the skill. You can have the skill, but you don't have the competence. So realize that competence is a certain point and also skills is also a different point. So if at all an IPD or a PWD has the skills to do a certain job, they can easily feel confident in hiring that person. Then we talk about self-confidence. We realize that there are people who
are not blind, but they wear specs and they are really confident about it. And most people who put on specs say that they are wise. So there is that self-confidence. When a person puts on specs, a person says all people who put on specs are wise. That self-confidence will enable a person feel confident in being given a job. Then there is flexibility. How good is the person flexible from here to working in the workspace in the different jobs? So realize that flexibility is also another point that can enable an employer hire the IPD or the woman with disability. Then you also realize that some people are passionate about what they do. This passion is about how the person loves the job, how the person is going to bring the job done to the table. Yeah, I think that's what Group 2 did. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Group 2. Let's have Group 3 and we wrap up. Clinton, are you around? Group 3, as you come. Where's Group 3? Uh-huh.
All right, thank you very much. Good afternoon once again. My name is Sarah Wase. I'm representing Group 3. We were focusing on work readiness and branding with technology. And work readiness, we saw that it is actually more of the experience and the skills and how you're actually going to showcase them using the current technology. To our prompt questions, one of them was, what are the most important skills that employers look for that women lack? And the main two that I'm going to mention for the matter of time is work-life balance. Like ladies normally find it hard to balance work with actually them being women, the part of them being women. You find your lady, you have this job, you're either working in a bank as a teller, and you're expected to be there from morning till late evening, yet you're a housewife and you're also expected to perform some other duties at home as expected of you. And then how do you actually balance those two? And that's what actually the employers are finding that is lacking in us, because you find it hard sometimes for you to balance home life and work life. And the other thing is emotional intelligence. With ladies, of course, that can't go not being mentioned, because we are actually finding it hard for us to be intelligent concerning our emotions. Like we find it hard for us to actually fix ourselves in there. And the next question was how to improve women's visibility online. That is via the social media platforms and all stuff. And the main thing was we talked about and we shared was the LinkedIn profiles and putting to use the social media platforms. The third one was, what are those platforms or tools that are most accessible for building a personal brand? And we came up with this idea of us using Canva for us to do more of our business stuff. And the last one was, how do we overcome technology gaps? That is mainly in brackets, we had data literacy and confidence. How do we overcome such technology gaps? To us, according to our discussion, we found that the most important thing is us having a positive attitude and putting to use AI, because it's really helping a lot in the current technology world. And finally, using public Wi-Fi, because it's there and it will solve our problem of data. Thank you so much, Group 3. I really appreciate your engagements. Thank you all.
So much. Thank you everyone for your participation. I know maybe Jeff has an idea of doing this, but she mentioned about attitude, yeah. And one of our offering as Brighter Monday is those soft skills.
So I don't know if the person on the computer can help me. Do you have internet access? The person displaying on the screens. Yes. So just go to Brighter Monday website, and we do just a small demo in the next 30 seconds I have to show people that these are skills that you can take advantage of. You don't need to wait for a training, which we are going to bring as well, but these are things that are on our platform. If you have a smartphone, you can just log into our website, sign up, and you will have access to trainings. We have various courses, and this is led by my colleague Audrey, who is the head of learning and development. She was here earlier as a panelist. But there is a lot of resources there, especially for the students at the different institutions, Mbarara University and the like. Take advantage of these resources. Yeah. At the end of those courses, they give you a certificate, and you will have something to show for when you're applying for a job. But thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for your participation and for your patience. My colleague Jeff is coming, but maybe slightly. Yes? So I want you to go up to, there should be somewhere where you can, you have logged in, right? Not yet. Okay, as they're setting up quickly, you might be wondering, where are we, what's next after what we have done? What is going to happen is that all those honest feedback and the practical solutions you have mentioned have been documented. And these champions are going to give me those documents, and we are going to take them back to come up with practical, implementation through solutions through implementation. Sorry, where's my English? So yeah, the next steps are that we are going to use whatever you have told us to design something that is so scalable, that can help each one and every one of us. Yes. So as Jeff is coming, please, that is our website. If you log into that and sign up, create an account, you have access to the CV review, you'll have access to the AI tool, and the various courses for the soft skills. Thank you so much, and I wish you a pleasant afternoon. Over to you, Jeff.
All right. A round of applause for Raymond. Come on, some energy. There's lunch coming up. Please, stand up. Stand up, please. Everyone stand up. Come on, stand up. Stand up, please. Yes, stretch. Everyone stretch. Okay, so now on the next session, we're going to have a speed networking for like 4 minutes. My timekeeper, please come in front. Yes, so in this session, I want each one of you to network with someone, get to know someone right next to you, exchange business cards, find out their roles, their organizations, and what they do in 4 minutes. My timekeeper is here. We're going to do this 2 times. Due to time, I would have wanted 5, but due to time, we shall do it twice. And then after, we shall go for lunch. Please. DJ, let's go ahead with some music.
We are starting.
connection to your neighbor. Thank you so much. All right, a round of applause for each other. Come on, come on, come on. Lunch is there. Lunch. Come on. Come on, a round of applause. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes, so without further ado, let me invite the Mbarara City RCC to come and close today's session. Thank you very much.
The distinguished guests, esteemed panelists, and workshop participants, good afternoon, all of you. I'm honored to be here to be a part of this meaningful conversation about women in work, and unlocking potential and driving inclusion. As we gather here today, let's acknowledge the significant strides women have made in this workshop, in this workforce. However, we also recognize that there is still much work to be done. In Uganda, we have seen significant strides in women's empowerment, particularly through initiatives by the NRM government programs like skilling and provision of entirely money, startup capital have been instrumental in fostering economic independence among women. We thank the NRM government and President Museveni Kaguta for providing inclusive work environment for women, for young women and all Ugandans. To truly unlock the potential of women in the workforce, we must start with the following. 1, inclusive workplace. Foster environment where women feel valued, respected, and empowered. Secondly, equal opportunities. Ensure equal access to training, mentorship, and career advancement opportunities. Thirdly, breaking barriers, challenges, and overcome unconsciousness barriers that hinder women's progress. Lastly, supportive policies. Implement policies that promote work-life balance, flexible work arrangements, and zero tolerance to harassment. By driving inclusion and unlocking potential, we can do the following. Enhance innovation. Diverse perspectives drive creativity and innovation. Second, improve decision making. Inclusive teams make better decisions. Thirdly, boost productivity. Empowered women contribute significantly to the organizational success. Fourth, foster economic growth. Women's participation in the workforce is crucial for economic development. Let's work together to create workplaces where young women thrive. I look forward to our discussion and exploring ways to drive meaningful change. Thank you, Work-Brightermonday Uganda, for organizing this important workshop. Let's unlock potential and drive inclusion. I thank you so much. sometimes most of you, this workshop is here, and it is in the Western region. So I can also simplify my speech in Runyankore, because most of us here understand Runyankore. Ningenda kusima the organizing team, our Work-Brightermonday Uganda, for organizing this important workshop. Okubaleta mwena I can see abali abona ne ba youth n'abana bato eminyeto. So I want to thank Bright Uganda for this wonderful engagement, for this wonderful workshop. And another thing, itinagamba unaningamba kusima government, that you should also thank the government of NRM. About creating a very good environment for all of us participating it kwenda kora hon. Itakisha tunagamba umunyankore nagamba wano yenda kugira ngo ibintu ebyo nabishikire. Asheme kora ibintu kabana kabishatu cyo kubanza no kureba ngo twagira buteka kandi twayakira government programs. NRM government eberenekira kugezaho munonga kugambira abantu kurembeka mugende murembeki. So ngenda kusima abuna reba ryabene muri abana boreke bakozere ngenda kubasima abo kugezaho koze samani ganyi, so that you bring on board the youth, most especially the youth. Because most of Romania with the government na shinchi no shango youth are unemployed. But when you start these small scale industries, that means you help the government to absorb some youth who are not employed. So I want to thank you so much for this wonderful arrangement. I want to thank the organizers for bringing this thing in this city, because you know this one is a regional city. And in order to make our city great, we must make sure to attracting many investors and many Ugandans have in yoga, have in talents into Yao, which maybe the head pass in employing some youth who are not employed. So I want to thank you so much for this wonderful occasion, for organizing it here. And Mbarara City is a very good city. And His Excellency the President, that you go and work. Nobody should stop you from working. I mean, started signing this message. I mean, Nareba Kora, Awochi, Nareba, Abembasi, Nareba. The government, and keep it up. And when I see you, the majority here are youth. And most of you are female youth. So in the government, start your projects, the government will help you. Because the government youth, empowering youth, youth livelihood, and PDM, you benefit from those projects of the government. So you support the government, support the president, support you will come the government projects, and in order to make Uganda to go forward. Lastly, that is once again I want to thank the organizing team which has organized this function. I want to thank you so much and keep it up. Mbarara City, we are here to cooperate with you. We shall give you support. Thank you so much and have a nice good afternoon.
All right. That marks the end of our event. Thank you so much for coming. So we're going to have lunch, and it is in the room that is after the auditorium.
So, Botofuruma, when you get out, the next big room on your left, that's where we're going to have lunch. So thank you so much. Maybe lastly, let me have the rapporteurs give me their reports. Yeah? Thank you. And safe travels back. Right.